I think there's so many of us that are sitting on our skills, that are sitting on our talents, and it is simple like this to show up online, pick a platform of your choice, hit record, and essentially your life can change. I fear the girls may be right. I fear there is some truth in the saying that you can get paid to exist. There's a commonality when it comes to being an entrepreneur or being a creative freelancer or having a small business. You're not selling a product or a service, you're selling your self belief. And it just occurred to me that you essentially can get paid to exist once you are providing something that helps someone save time, save energy. So it's kind of like, yes, there are products and services that already exist in the world, but they have not been done by you. You haven't done the research, you haven't found that gap, that thing that can take it from where it's at right now to up here. In this day and age, you literally can pick up a camera, post a video, and your life can change like this. You can start a business, sell a product, and your life can change like this. And of course, when I say like this, there's a timeline to things, right? The point of the matter is you will never know until you try. And I say this all the time. It's been a new saying that has come to me over and over again. The pain of not starting is worse than the pain of actually doing the thing, because no one likes a shoulda woulda coulda story. No one likes to think, damn, what if I started this idea or did this thing, or what if I started this sooner? I always like to use the analogy of what if you have a timeline, like you personally. So your timeline may be like 2 years until you're successful, whatever that looks like for you, meaning you're making the money, the trips, like you're having the opportunities, you're climbing the ladder, like maybe that's when you get offered the promotion, whatever the case is, right? 2 years. Imagine if you don't start until 2028 or 2030. You're still going to have that 2 years added on to that. So it's kind of like, why not start right here, right now? Whenever I'm on TikTok or whenever I'm on Instagram or even here on YouTube and I see people living the life that I want to live, it makes me angry. And it makes me angry not necessarily because they're like in Switzerland somewhere, because I don't want to go to Switzerland per se, but more so the fact that they have that flexibility, that freedom, and the fact that I know that it exists because they're living that life, it low-key makes me angry. And not in like a bad way towards that creator, but more so just like, why am I not doing the thing that I want to do? Why am I not trying and failing, getting the crappy videos out of the way? I had the idea to sit and talk about when I first moved out of state. It was so new for me. And that video now has like over 100K views. I got monetized based off of my whole journey, just telling a story, just having fun. I essentially got paid. I became monetized. And then we move forward a little bit, and I wanted to talk about self improvement and becoming a better version of myself, because that's a journey that I was in and continue to be in. And then I got my first paid brand deal along with some gifted collaborations. Essentially, just telling my story, sharing my lived experiences, I got paid. To add another layer onto that, other people wanting me to help them with their move-in plan and like budgeting and different freelance services that I've offered over the past couple of years, I got paid to be me. But I didn't realize it was a manifestation that I had for the longest. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you have a story, you have something you've lived through, something you've experienced that someone needs to hear, and you can get paid from it. And that's the thing. I've had such a negative relationship with money. Like, my abundance mindset came from literally being sick and tired of my own stuff, from rewiring my mind, from affirming positive thoughts, and I still have moments of lack. It was getting a little too serious. The camera died, but we're back. So basically, I was saying, if you have been doing something for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, you have to unlearn that. And it's going to take Not that long, obviously, but a good amount of time for you to rewire your mind. And that's something I've had to have grace with myself and also realize that, hey, this is a step by step process. That being said, I do think that I've had a better grip on having an abundance mindset, a better grip on realizing that, hey, what I want wants me, or like, hey, I am deserving and it is possible for me to have the ideal life that I want. So I pass that on to you that, like, during this process, you have to kind of give yourself some grace and realize that you're doing something new, something that you've never done before, whether that's creating a digital product, that's starting a physical business, that's hitting record, recording a video. I call it going through the fire, but it's the truth. You have to fail, you have to mess up, you have to not know what you're doing, and you have to start. That's where the confidence essentially comes from. So in this new era, I know obviously there are a lot of us that are multifaceted, but there's usually that thing that our friends come to us and they ask for advice or they ask for help with. There's usually that thing that we're good at because it's a skill that we learned, or maybe we were trained to do so, or it could even be in a career that you're currently in. And then there's that thing that you kind of have a passion for, like a little hobby. Usually, you can intersect all three of those things, and that's where you're going to hit gold. That's going to be the thing that you can package up and talk about, create about, and essentially sell. I just wanted to talk to you all really quickly because it's a realization that I had that ever since I was younger, I wanted to create YouTube videos. I wanted to help people. Then it translated into my career in sales, becoming a sales lead and then a assistant manager. And then that translated into freelancing when I would go to trade shows and like discover products and like talk about it and write companies, and I was doing all of this proposal work. It just stacked on top of each other to where now I'm looking at it from a zoomed out lens and I'm just like, the answers have always been right in front of me as to what it is I want to do, have to do, because I do believe in like callings and purpose. It's kind of like it's not that hard. And even saying that out loud feels strange. Like you guys are watching me process this in real time, but it's the truth. There's always going to be that intersection. Or even if you start a YouTube channel or you start selling products, physical or digital products, there's going to be a lesson from that that can take you elsewhere, or a lesson from that where you can build and like capitalize off of. Another video I saw was where a creator held up $100 bill and she was just like, some people work 8 hours of their day to get this. And that made my stomach hurt. That made my stomach hurt because I'm just like, I've literally had the keys to the kingdom. You have the keys to the kingdom. We've seen it. We're seeing it. There are some of your favorite creators that you have watched essentially retire themselves, or they've stopped working a traditional 9 to 5, or they create fully online, or you've seen their content style evolve, or they've been handed an opportunity, they're sharing that experience. Like, we are in the era right now where abundance is all around us, opportunity is all around us, and it's just a matter of us tapping in and deciding what avenue we want to take as creatives, as entrepreneurs, or even as a traditional 9 to 5 girly. There's opportunities that you can take to get a raise, to acquire more skills so that you can climb the ladder, or you can transition into something completely different. If there's no one in my life I can talk to about this stuff, I'm just going to talk to my camera, and whoever finds it, whoever can relate, whoever it helps, whoever can add on to the conversation, like, let's go ahead and do it, because there's no other pivotal time than right now. It's happening right now. The creator economy is booming and it is set to boom even more. Yeah, I feel like I've made enough videos talking about changing your mindset, but getting to this place where I can confidently be like, yeah, I understand now. It's just a different space to be in. Obviously, I don't have it all figured out. I am still working and figuring things out, but it's just like I'm living in a manifestation that I had for the longest. And let's not even get into like personal life, but you all know a little bit about like my digital nomad journey, just wanting to live in different cities, wanting to work remote. I realized the other day, I'm like, oh my goodness, like I've been working remote since 2018. Now, have I switched paths between that? Yes, the layoff happened and all of those things, yes, but me graduating in 2019 could have never thought, would have never thought. That's just a desire that I had. And like, maybe right now you can look in your life and be like, oh my gosh, I'm living in my manifested reality. Even though you feel uncomfortable, maybe, and even though you want change, I think it's so refreshing to practice gratitude and be like, oh shoot, like I actually got the things that I asked for back then, but now I want more. And like wanting more is completely fine. It's just having that realization to be like, thank you, God, like, thank you, universe, whoever you subscribe to, like, thank you. But okay, what's next? Or, okay, now I'm going to be intentional. So, yeah, get paid to exist. Post that video, that idea, that thought that you've had. I can talk about it with you one on one. Click the link in my bio or comment down below. But, like, it is time. It is your time. We have 5 months left in the year. Will you look back this time next year and be like, damn, I should have, would have, could have? Or are you going to be like, whew, I'm taking the steps towards what it is, my dream life or my desired reality? Like, it's time. It's time.